Ryan, we've done a couple of these little sessions so far talking about your boot collection. The feedback has been extremely positive.
Brilliant.
This is our last little chat though as we go through another 5 pairs of boots. Shall we start at your side? That's a special pair for you from Adidas.
Yeah, so these boots got given them by Adidas. I was very fortunate to be able to get given boots off them. This was back in my Everton days. I think it was around the under-14s time when I first started getting stuff off them. So like I said, back in the day I was very, very fortunate to be provided with boots. I knew a lot of the boys did get free stuff from other sponsors such as Nike, Puma and stuff like that. So I was very lucky at the age of 14 all the way through till I was 18 to get free stuff from them. So I was and I always liked these boots, and they've got a bit of pink on them, which I'm sure we've spoken about in the previous conversations that I quite like. So they were them ones.
And in previous conversations we've talked about your time north of the English border, and the next pair of boots, they're from the period that you had with Aberdeen.
Yeah, so these ones, and they're actually Puma as well. So usually obviously I stick with Adidas, but funnily enough they weren't actually my boots. They were a friend of mine, Miko's. He gave them to me at the time because I was without contract after I left Everton. So just before I travelled up north, he gave me them and said, Ryan, here's a pair of boots, because he was sponsored by Puma at the time, and he got sent a few pairs of them, and I said, any chance you could sort me out with a pair to take with me up to the Highlands when we had a little trip up in the Highlands. And so I took them, and I just always remember them because he's a good friend of mine and looked after me. So.
And the next pair, still with Aberdeen. First goal you scored, FA Youth Cup against Hamilton.
Yeah, so it was the Scottish Youth Cup. It was in the quarter-finals of that. We actually went 1-0 down at the time, and it was going into the second half. We actually got a bit of a in at half-time, saying that we need to be a bit more attacking, a bit more aggressive going forward, and I ended up bombing down the right-hand side, playing right back, cut inside onto my left foot, and then hit it with my left foot. It was a great goal and got us back in the game. We ended up winning the game 3-1, so it was a positive result, and I always remember them because that was my first goal.
And as you look back to your time in Scotland, good memories there? Yeah,
great memories, and obviously I had my girlfriend up there at the time, so it was great to spend some time with her, and I really think that it helped progress my footballing ability, because it's a different style of play up there. It's a lot different to the way how we play now and how I previously played at Everton. So I think it was a good opportunity to add more strings to my bow and really work on things that you probably wouldn't get elsewhere. So
and some good memories, not just of the goal, but also generally playing in the Scottish FA Youth Cup.
And we were lucky actually. We got all the way to the final. We ended up losing to Hibs in the final. We played at Hampden Park, so we played at the main stadium there in the final. I always remember because it was my first real staying away for such a big fixture at the time, because they ended up letting fans come to the game as well. So the Aberdeen fans were crazy at the time. They brought flares and everything. It was it really made you feel as if you were in a final, and you can't beat that.
And we go from the past to the present, because the fourth pair of boots, that's what you're wearing right now while you play for the New Saints.
Yeah, so them green ones there, they're actually very similar to the white ones that we spoke about in the previous one. They're just a different colour, but they're the boots that I'm going to finish the season with, I think, this season, and fingers crossed that it comes with a league medal. That would be the most important thing, and we can get TNS back to winning ways.
And last but certainly not least, that's a very brightly coloured pair that you've got there to show us.
Yeah, so they were actually a limited edition pair that I managed to get my hands on. They are a combination of all of the Predators over the years from, I think, 1999, I think it was, when they first started. So they're a very precious pair to me, and I haven't actually worn them, and I think they're going to stay like that. They're going to stay in the box until I'm a little bit older, and they can always be a little bit of memorabilia for myself. So
Ryan Harrington, thank you for bringing your boots in over a period of 3 sessions and telling us the story behind them. Fascinating insight into your own little memorabilia collection that you've developed.
Yes, of course, and I did hear that you collect some boots yourself, Rev, so I would like to give you these boots. I'll if you want me to sign them or whatever you would like, so I'd like to give you them, and you can add them to your collection, so you've got a little bit of my story.
Fantastic, and indeed I've also got a pen as well, so we'll do that in due course.
Perfect.
Thank you, Ryan.
No problem.